Hey, everyone. Aloha. It is your girl, your host with the most, your favorite chick to chit chat with, Miss Mo. Listen, it is February 1st, 2022, and we have made it. Do you hear me? We have made it to February 1st, 2022. I was sharing on my social media this morning saying how before we went into saying January, how fast it has come and gone, or January is over already. What I wanted us to do was take a moment to take in what all we accomplished during January. When we think about how fast it seems like January has come and gone, like we blinked and we were in February. What about all that you accomplished in that quick 31 days? So, one of the things that I have sent out a message to some ladies that I have direct access to, asking who was interested in going on this journey with me. And it's a 12-month challenge. And each month we're taking a brand new picture for that month to capture the fact that we were in that month. And then there were three things that they had to post with that picture. And I have a few ladies that are going with me, so I'm really excited about that journey. But one of the things we needed to do was learn to celebrate the small wins. All of the seemingly small things that sometimes we dismiss as insignificant really lead up to the big picture that we're trying to accomplish. Well, also, it's February, and as you know, Sound the Alarm is coming back. You're not following me on social media. Some of you aren't following me on social media, so you don't know that we have retired Confessions and Conversations. It had come to my attention that someone else was starting to use that name, and I just didn't want to be affiliated. So, we're gonna shift that, and we're gonna move forward a little differently. Same method, same flow, but on a greater level. And there's some new things coming forth this month that you'll see promotions about soon. But what also with February, Sound the Alarm is coming back. We will be meeting every third Saturday at 7 a.m. Central. So in Chicago, it's 7 o'clock, but you may be in New York or Charlotte, and it's 8 o'clock at that time. So it's 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern. And we're going to be live via Zoom. Information will be in the newsletter as well. And if you're interested in that information and you're just seeing this on YouTube, be sure to drop a comment. And I actually put it in the comments because I could do that as well. So we'll put it there. We'll put the link or the access information so that you can join us for that prayer time. But this month's prayer focus is going to be mental health and awareness and all of the factors or connectors that come along with mental health. It is so important that we take care of our mental well-being. I mean, you're hearing about suicide is not new. It has been going on for some time. However, it's finally getting attention of some people, and it's finally leading many people to really start taking care of themselves. And I really want to encourage you, listen, if you are not doing well, quit telling people I'm good. Be honest about how deep what you're dealing with runs so that people can know how severe it is and how urgent you need the help. Also, be aware that during this time, a lot of people are not okay. So sometimes when you're reaching out and you're asking for help, the person you're reaching out to may need help themselves. So don't get discouraged. Just continue to reach until you get someone. Also, be aware that your family and your friends may not have your answers. They may not be the ones that can actually assist you during this time. This is why we have professional help. Get it? Many companies have EAP, which allows you to get some counseling sessions. It varies for different companies. I know my company actually offers 3 sessions, but then my insurance actually covers it as well. And there are a lot of therapists that do accept your insurance. That's including Medicaid and Medicare. So listen, there is help available. Please reach out and get it and take advantage of it. Be honest in those sessions so that they can help you get the tools to navigate through this life. I know things are tough, things are hard, and you're disappointed. You've probably been in the situation for a minute. You may be saying, hey, I've been struggling for a long time. I'm just over. I get all of that. I am not diminishing it. What I am encouraging you to do is please do not give up. Please do not end life. I am encouraging you to reach out and get the help that you need. Your life matters. Even if the people you're connected to don't seem like you matter to them, hey, trust me. I don't even know you, maybe, watching this, everybody watching this, but you matter to me. And I really, really, really hope that you can get what you need to move forward. What I wanted to encourage is with, because I mean, that may seem a little humming, a little weighty, but what I really wanted to let this message be about today is dreaming. I was having a conversation with somebody and I was saying how there was this quote that I took from Scandal, and yes, the show Scandal, and I have binge watched it a couple of times since it has gone off. Don't judge me. Mind your own TV schedule. Okay? But in it, Papa Pope told Olivia, what was it that I told you? And it was something he told her from her childhood, that she had to work twice as hard, be twice as smart, and all of this just to get half of what whoever had. And in that, it was like this was the thing that pushed her to work hard, to be the best at what she was doing. But even in that encouragement, there was still a limitation, because even in that statement, it said that you could still only achieve so much. And then here's the thing: while we know that there was someone or particular people that they were speaking about, a wealth or whatever, the other thing is, who's to say that what they have is all that you want? And I was saying that sometimes in our attempt to encourage, to push, to build up, we still set limitations. And what I wanted to do is encourage you all to dream. I mean, dream as big as you can dream, because even what you've seen is not it. Even collectively, the things that every human being has tapped into, we have still yet to see, to tap into, to taste, to partake in all that there is to offer. There is so much more, but more may not be what you want. You may be, some of the things that somebody may look at your life and feel like you're settling, but you're not settling. You set out for what you wanted and you accomplished it. And kudos to you. Who am I to come along and say that what you have is settling? Who am I to come along and say that what you have is a little? It is exactly what you wanted. You accomplished it. Well done. So, oftentimes, excuse me, we'll minimize what people are doing because it's not our same goal. It's not our same dream. I was telling a friend that I was realizing that this space that I'm in, it was so uncomfortable and it was so unfamiliar, but it was something that I prayed for. It's a place of peace. It's a place of freedom and the ability and liberty to move however God tells me to, when God tells me to. I don't have to deal with all of these expectations of you should be, you should have, or you should do, or you have to do this. Be here, be there, commit to this. I don't have to deal with all of that anymore. And for me, it was a lot. For somebody else, you may be thriving off of that. And that is totally fine. But how many of us are reaching or chasing after a life that really may not be what we want? The life we're trying to achieve and accomplish may have more limits in it than it has grace to excel, to expand, to increase, to decrease, to declutter, to de-stress. You understand what I'm saying? I want to encourage you to create the biggest dream you can dream of for you, with all of the bells and whistles, or the 2 bells, that's one, or the 2 bells and whistles, but go after what it is that you want. I came to a realization, and I've shared this with you guys many times, that one of the reasons why life was such a struggle for me is because I was struggling to live up to or to accomplish a life that I really didn't want. So life had become complicated to me because I was trying to achieve something that wasn't what I'm a simple girl. I really am. I like what I like. I love what I love. And I don't have to travel the world. I don't like planes. I don't like boats. So, I mean, But that's not what limits me from going to see these places, because if I want to, I'll get on the plane and I'll go. But I'm not that interested in what's going on everywhere. It's enough going on where I am and in my life. My desire is to create a space that preserves peace, that promotes peace, that people walk in and be like, oh my God, I'm just so at peace. Like I feel so, like I felt the weight fall off as I walked through the door. And my homes have done that for people. Whether I was in an apartment struggling or not, or in the home when I had my first home. So for me, what makes me happy may not be what makes you happy. It may take more for me or it may take more for you, but whatever it is, just dream it. Dream it and then devise the plan to posture yourself so that you can go after that thing and accomplish it. And don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it, you shouldn't do it, you should want more, or you want too much. It's your life, your dream, your work that has to get it done. So go after that thing. As a minister, I am a affirmed prophet and a ordained pastor. I am a certified life coach and all of that jazz. And people have been calling me their mentor for years. And there is this expectation that ministry place that I should be moving like this. I should be doing this. And it puts you in this mindset that you always have to be busy. You always have to be on the go. You always have to be working towards something. You should be hosting this. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. But I don't even hear the details for all of that. When I sit still and quietly and I hear God say, do X, Y, Z, send out this message to this person or to these people. And then you hear back from them like, in this very moment, this is exactly what I needed. I wasn't thinking about that stuff. I didn't know what was going on in their life. I simply heard an instruction and I obeyed it. And it did what he set it out to do according to what his sons and daughters needed at that time. Had nothing to do with me other than my obedience and my posture to hear and my obedience to do what I heard to do. So listen, remove the limitations and expectations that so many other people have placed on you because of what is the norm, what is the familiar, what is the religious thing of way of doing something. And ask God what he has for you. Dream as big as your imagination can dream and create. And then ask God how to accomplish it and move forward. He gave you your creativity. He formed your mind. He shaped and formed your heart. Now, granted, we've experienced some things in life that has kind of infiltrated those areas, our mind and our heart, that kind of make us think and move a certain way. Man, listen, you are in competition with nobody when it comes to your life. Plan, build, live, and explore the life you decide and dream of living in for yourself according to what God has spoken to you. As a believer, we know that there are things that God has for us to do, but it's not all the same. It's not all the exact same. I hear so much about who's true, who's false, who's fake, who's... Listen, I don't even want to engage in those conversations. If you say you're supposed to be, then be it. The fruit of proof. So, again, take care of yourself. Be mindful of your health. Make it a priority. Your mental health matters. Your life matters. Every breath you take matters. I know it may not always be easy. There may be some things you're facing that you don't even want to say out loud. I get it. I understand. I know life sometimes gets heavy and weighty and you're just like, I just want it over. I understand how people get to the point of suicide. I understand the thought process that led them there. I may not know the details of theirs, but I understand it. I was there. There were multiple times when I wanted to. And then there were those times where I just didn't have it in me to do it. But in those times I reached out and I was honest. Listen, suicide seems like the thing to do right now. I don't really want to, but I want to be honest about what I'm feeling. In that moment, life was so overwhelming for me. And I just wanted it to end because I didn't see it ending. I didn't see the help coming. I didn't see it shifting. I didn't see it changing. There were times where I had eaten all that I had in my house to eat. I had used all of the toiletries and stuff that I had in my house. And I had no money coming in. I had no idea where this was coming from. And there were more bills coming in by the moment, it seemed like. And I had no idea how I was going to make it through that. And there were people that I had reached out to that, you know, I've helped before, or whether it was financially, physically, whatever, I've been there for, that were not able to be there for me. And in that moment, it hurt because it felt like I just didn't matter. But that wasn't the case, because sometimes when you're in need, other people are in need. When you need help, other people need help. And sometimes the people that you help, they needed your help, which is why they reached out to you and you were in a position to help. But just because you help them doesn't mean that they're going to be in a position to help you. But I kept reaching until I got the help that I need. And I am grateful that in those moments where it seemed like there was no hope, and those moments where it seemed like it wasn't going to get better, somebody prayed, somebody reached, somehow God intervened and got me the help that I needed. And I was able to, stay. Like, I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still present. Sorry, I had to change some information on my computer. I'm glad that I survived the dark moment. I'm glad that I'm on the other side of the suicidal thoughts and decisions. I'm glad that I wasn't able to go through with it. And it didn't change right away. It was years of that darkness that even got darker than those moments. And I'm glad to be on the other side of that. It took a long time for what I was praying for to come to pass. And when I say a long time, I don't mean a couple of days, a couple of weeks. I mean years, like maybe 10. And over the course of that time, there were more times of feeling like giving up, feeling depleted, like I had nothing else to give and nothing else to live for. But God, to God be all the glory. I know people say that, and some people think of that as some religious response or cliche, but when I tell you to God be the glory, it was nothing but his sustaining and saving grace that kept me here to be on the other side of those really, really dark moments and know and be able to tell that it does get better. It doesn't happen right away all the time. Some people have that moment and something takes place and it's a complete shift for them and they take off to their better. It took a long time. Hear me and hear me well. It took a long time for my better to manifest, but it came. It was not easy. It was a lot of private cries and dark times, dark nights, and all of that. But it finally came. I'm still here. My family helped along the way. My family didn't even know all of what I was going through, because a lot of times when we're, when we're going through something, we're not as honest for whatever our reasons are. I can tell you there were different times where it was a different reason. But sometimes you feel like you don't want to burden people. Sometimes you feel like people don't really care. If they didn't care here, if they couldn't do this. And sometimes, again, it's not that people don't care. They're just not in a position to give you what you need in that time of need. It doesn't make them a bad friend, a bad family member. They're just not the answer. And I know you're struggling and hurting in these moments, but you still got to push through. You still got to push through. I know ending it seems like the only way out, but it is not. And again, your turn may not be just around the bend. It may take a little longer to get there. It may take some time. Trust me, it's in you to make it. I know you may hear it and be like, I don't have years for this to get better. I've been dealing with this for years. I was too. I'm not better than you. I don't have anything more than you. But I promise you that there comes a day and a time where that darkness, where that pain, where that disappointment, where that sadness, where all of that, it ends. There is better with your name on it. There is easier with your name on it. There is brighter days with your name on it. I just need you to keep holding on. If you got to cry solo at night, do so. Do not give up. I promise you. And even in those times when you feel alone, there are other people out here that feel alone as well. And sometimes we're looking for certain people to do this, for certain people to respond, for certain people to be our answer, and they don't have it. They just don't. I know they seem real big in your eyes. I know they seem like, but they should. And even, especially when things are pertaining to money, you know somebody that you're connected to that has it. Money may end one situation. It may help in one area, but it is not, because even when that situation gets taken care of, there's still a deeper root. Help is your portion. It is available to you. You just have to get to it. I don't know the route. I don't know the way. I can't even tell you every detail of my journey to this moment. And it's still not all of everything I want, but I am fighting for that. I am unpacking all of the things that, along that journey brought. And I actually I was supposed to start today, but they had to cancel my appointment. But starting therapy, helping others, but still needing help for more yourself. Listen, it doesn't mean you're crazy or you're broken, you're damaged beyond repair. It just means life is heavy and it's weighty, and God never intended for us to do it alone. And sometimes the people we're connected to, because they're carrying their own weights, don't have the capacity to help us. So there are people who are professionals who have tools and things to help us navigate through some stuff. Get the help. The fact that I came to that place more than 3 times of wanting to commit suicide in my life, I know that there's some stuff I got to unpack. I'm better. I'm not thinking about that anymore, and I'm doing okay. However, there are some things that I have gone through that I need to unpack and deal with so that they don't creep up and add on to whatever is ahead of me that will make me want to end things. So again, I feel like I was all over the place to a degree, but it's still the same thing. Take care of your mental well-being. Take care of your spirit. Your mind is a very powerful tool. You need to take care of it. Your heart, it carries and houses a lot. Every encounter you do, you have, every exchange, your heart takes that in, even if it's not on your mind. It's being carried here. And those things together, they dictate and determine how you move through life and how you respond sometimes, even without you knowing. So get help. Unpack it. You don't want to talk to anybody. You want to start your journey by yourself. There are tools out there. Pick them up. Journal. Write it out. Be honest be raw. Let it all out. I have sounding boards. One in particular. And her name is Monique too. Not me though. It's another Monique. And when I talk to her, I'm able to hear what's going on inside my head. It's not just on repeat in here. And so then I can hear my answers. Sometimes, but I still don't know it all, because even that I'm hearing according to what I know and understand. This is why you bring in others, so that they can stretch you beyond the limits of what you just know. So get help, take care of yourself, be good to yourself, treat yourself, connect to some healthy relationships. Understand that, like I say, people are experiencing things and going through things, and it's not just you. Everybody's dealing with something. There's been a lot of loss, a lot of grief, a lot of mourning. And I know they say weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. However, sometimes it feels like your morning just ain't clicking the joy high enough. So you got to set things in place to push it higher. And maybe that's something we'll talk about coming up this month. We'll get some people on to talk about ways to deal with stress and frustration that you can do on your own, because you may not be able to get to therapy for whatever the reason is. But I need you to understand, therapy is not a bad word. It is good for you. Go and get it. Take full advantage of it. And if you, for whatever reason, only have your EAP sessions that you can, like with my insurance, I think my copay is probably like $25 for each session. Man, people spend that on their nails. Get you some therapy. So get you some help so you can be healthy. I'm taking some steps to physically be healthier, because I have some things I want to do and some places I do want to go. I need to be fit to get out there and do those things. So again, take care of your mental health, be good to yourself, and dream big. Remember, don't be limited. But whatever your big is, don't let somebody else determine that. Because if big for you is simply having you a home that you're not in debt stressing over, having you a car that gets you to and fro. Maybe you don't want all of these big fancy cars and so on and so forth. You don't want all these big bags that got these big price tags on it. You want some of the simpler things in life. Your list isn't that hard to go after, and the things that impress you is not all. It don't take a whole lot for you. That is okay, but make sure whatever your dream is, that there is nothing and no one limiting what that dream is, and then go after it. Make that thing your reality. Set a plan in place. Posture yourself. Be prayerful. Use wisdom. Operate in integrity, and go after that thing. Do you hear me? There's nothing too big and nothing too small. Literally, I remember when I was younger, I used to write stories and write plays, and me and some of the kids in the neighborhood, we would act them out in my backyard, and it was like 50 cents to get in. I loved writing as a child, but somehow it kind of got away from me in the love factor. But I'm getting back to it. I literally am a published author. I have 3 books. My first book, I don't have it over here with me, is Women, Love, and Marriage: Finding Your Role. I'm getting ready to redo that book and re-release it again. It was so good. It has some really good things in there, and there's so much more that I know about some of the other areas that I wrote about in the book, and I want to expound on those. Then my next book was this one, Keep It Kingdom and Moving Forward. This is a 60-day devotional. There is a short read for you to read that reminds you of just how dope you are. Go and get it. I only have a few copies left, but I can always order more. This one is $10, $3 with shipping and handling. Then my latest book was MoMentals. This is a inspirational book, workbook, and journal all in one. Get the book. I think this book is 15. I think it's 15. Again, book, inspirational book, workbook, and journal. And it's so amazing because those that have actually purchased and actually went through or are going through it, we're talking about how the workbook portion helps them really open up what they just read and to tie it to their own lives. And it's been such an amazing thing. We did a couple of sessions in December. Yeah, in December, where I did 2 sessions to check in with people who were on the journey, and just the conversations that went from that. Because sometimes we just need places to outlet and have conversations. So there's more of that coming up. So again, I have a few copies of this one left as well. Again, I can always order more. I think I have like 20 copies of this one and 7 of this one on hand. So you can go on my website and order those, and they'll go out in the mail to you. All the information is on my website, www.moniquestrong.org. Guess what else? My podcast is actually starting this month. I actually set it up last month, so it'll be launching this month. MoMentals, mental moments with your favorite chick to chit chat with. So we're going to be talking about some different things, and that's also going to be what the YouTube channel is about. And there's a series that I'll be releasing and we'll be talking about for the month of February that's called Rhythm and Boundaries. I am excited. So you guys stay with me, stay on the journey. I am learning about the whole podcasting world and how I'm supposed to set that up. And then it looked like my mic died today, which is why I have my headphones on. But I have to order a new one, so it'll probably be here by this weekend. So more to come. Stay with it. And if you were wondering about this cute little gloss I got on, just in case, it is by Virtuous Collection, Bethany Banks. This one is called Grace, and this bottle is so cute, isn't it? Look at that, bling bling blah. And here you can see it, Virtuous Collection. The light won't let it come through really. And then this one is called Grace. Yeah, so go ahead and Place your orders. I love it. I actually bought like 4 or 5 colors. I can't remember, but I like the lip gloss. You know, I'm a lip gloss kind of girl. But oh, and I got my new hat. You know, I love my little hats. I know it's eventually they're gonna go out of style, but I'll still be rocking mine. This is the latest one that I got in. I got it to go with my company business colors and ministry colors and all of that good stuff. Bad, that hot pink. She doing it. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I love y'all real big, for real. Take good care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Remember, your life matters. Until next time, I will see you all soon. Have an amazing month. Stay in contact. Hit me back. Email me. Let me know what's going on with you so I can see how to support you as well. And until next time, as always, keep it kingdom.